the third quarter. Jackson leading 34-20 on Fox Sports 1380. Mark Ockett along with Nate Tepp. Brandon Hamilton is our in-studio producer. Now Lake Stevens will go from our right to left in their black uniforms, and Jackson going from left to right in their white uniforms. Here at Jackson High, Jackson trying to win their 5th game in a row. Inbound pass goes to Emily Vandegrift. Vandegrift goes over on the left side. That's Ivy Jacobsen. Jacobsen with the basketball to Callie Long up high, playing with 10 points in the game and no fouls actually. Goes over on the right side, Vandegrift. 3 players around her. Softly tosses one in. 8 points for her, and it's 34-22. And Nate, Lake Stevens has to do stuff like that to come out strong. However, Imari Clinton has other ideas as she banks one off the glass.
On the other end, that was a great entry pass by Lake Stevens. Great job by the offensive player, keeping the ball above her head so the Jackson players couldn't swipe at it, just pivoted and stuck a tough little 5-footer off the glass.
Ball was knocked away, stolen, and now poked away towards Sierra Anderson by a Lake Stevens player, and 2 points for her as she lays it in off the right side. It is up to a 16-point lead for Jackson, their biggest lead of the game, 38-22. 7:02 left to go in the third quarter. Down low, Callie Long takes a pass and misses a shot. Nice look that time by Kristen Glick, but Long couldn't finish it. Kelli Kingma goes down low inside to Sierra Anderson, lays it in off the glass right side. It is now an 18-point lead, 40-22. Jackson up by the 18, Ivy Jacobsen with the basketball, guarded by Imari Clinton. Clinton is just a sophomore. Jacobsen is a senior, handling the ball a lot here more now. Passes over left side, Glick. Glick to Callie Long. Long guarded by Sierra Anderson. Underhanded toss on a pass to Vandegrift, loses a handle on it, goes with the pass left side to Glick. Glick misses the shot. Kelli Kingma with the rebound, bursts out of backcourt with the bounce pass left side. She finds Faithaleen Lopez-Flores, and Faithaleen lays it in. 20-point lead. 42-22, still putting the pressure defense on, Nate. 6:02 left to go in the third quarter.
Yeah, this press has really it's given them fits from the beginning as you have a little bit too much hand contact there by Jackson in the backcourt.
Foul is on Anna Johnson, her first. That's the first team foul for either team in the second half. Lake Stevens will inbound, cross court from us, midcourt, with the basketball, Fifield. Fifield shut off by a couple on the trap at near midcourt, and finally stolen away. Good defense by Sierra Anderson and Clinton. Right side pass to Kelli Kingma, wide open, has one rim out. There's Anna Johnson underneath the basket, gets a rebound, misses a shot. Faithaleen Lopez-Flores gets a pass from Johnson and puts it in. 44-22.
Lake Stevens having a lot of trouble with this press. One reason is they're picking up so we have another foul here by Jackson.
A 10-2 run for Jackson to start this third quarter. The foul is on Kelli Kingma, her second team foul.
Lake Stevens on this press here. As soon as they get across half court, they're getting in the corner and they're picking up their dribble. That's what's known as the coffin corner. The reason why it's called the coffin corner is you've got the half court line that is basically another defender because you can't cross that. You've got the out of bounds line there that is also basically another defender. So you're basically quadruple teamed if you're double teamed right there when you pick up your dribble with the two out of bounds lines there, and that's exactly where they're picking up their dribble on this press, and it's playing right into Jackson's hands. You cannot pick up your dribble or even catch the ball into that area because Jackson's going to make you pay.
On a previous inbounds pass, Kingma bumped into a player and got called for the foul, her third. Now a steal, and there's Kingma missing a shot, and she has 3 fouls on her. Want to keep track of that. 3 for the team, too. None for Lake Stevens. Down low, Vandegrift makes a lay-in off the dish from Fifield. Vandegrift with 4 in the quarter, 10 in the game, and it's 44-24. Still a mountain to climb for Lake Stevens. They're down by 20. Kingma, pull-up jumper right side, good, and she has 19 in the game. That's her first 2 of the third quarter, and it's up to a 22-point lead. They aren't letting up at all on the defense. Lake Stevens breaks it. There's Vandegrift, drives in, puts one too hard off the backboard and rim. Ball on the floor, loose, and now picked up by Anna Johnson to Sierra Anderson. Anderson into front court to Clinton. Clinton pull-up jumper left side, comes off the right side of the rim. Knocked out of bounds. Kingma got a hand on it, and it will be Lake Stevens basketball. Is re-entering for Jackson will be Drew Locknane, and also in is Marissa Walton. Callie Long is going to have a seat on the bench for Lake Stevens, and departing is Anna Johnson for Jackson.
You know, and one thing to note about Lake Stevens, regardless of the score or the pace of the game, and this speaks to the head coach, both the quality of the coach and the respect that the players have for the coaches. The effort hasn't changed from the tip, and Lake Stevens is going to play 110% pretty much every possession, and they're not taking any possessions off, and they're not getting, bad body language or a bad attitude or anything, and that just, speaks to the great program that they have there, and you know that they're going to be back on top sometime soon.
46-24 is the score. We also have McKenna helping us with statistics tonight. We appreciate that, as she's doing a good job here at the school. I usually hire someone to help with some of our extra stats, and she did a real good job in that first half. And Lake Stevens has the ball. Now it comes loose. Jump ball, it looks like, and that's going to go to Jackson. 46-24. 4:04 left to go in the third quarter. It's been Jackson's game for quite some time now, as Lake Stevens got it closer when it was in single digits. And in front court, the Jackson Timberwolves. Sierra Anderson with the ball to Kingma. Kingma up fakes, now drives in, dumps one down low to Clinton. What great eyes she has to find her, as Clinton puts it in off the left side on the glass. And it's a double score now, 48-24, a 24-point lead for the Jackson Timberwolves. In the front court comes Lake Stevens. The Vikings down low. Vandegrift, turnaround jumper, good. Off a nice dish that time from Reichert. So Vandegrift has doubled her point total from the first half. 6 in this half, 12 in the game, Nate.
She's been a bright spot for Lake Stevens here. She's really a tough player to handle. She's double, triple teamed every possession, and she stays poised and doesn't get her shot blocked and gets a good attempt up every time, and really strong player for Lake Stevens.
A missed shot on the Lake Stevens end by Kelli Kingma. Now it's stolen away as Jackson will get it back. Clinton gets it down low on a pass from Locknane, but Clinton had to try to get control of the ball and get her feet set, and she traveled. So a turnover against the Timberwolves. Substitution, Kelli Kingma's going to have a seat on the bench, and coming into the game will be Faithaleen Lopez-Flores. Also entering for the Lake Stevens Vikings will be sophomore Emma Smith. Smith will replace Glick, the freshman. Lake Stevens inbounds. 3:02 to go in the third quarter, and a 22-point lead for Jackson. Jump ball on the other end. That's going to go to Jackson, as both it was Marissa Walton and Sierra Anderson tying up. Now they've changed their call. It's going to be Lake Stevens ball. Set to inbound, Ivy Jacobsen. Passes over on the right side. Who's got the rock? That's Hailey Wilson, who's into the game for Lake Stevens. Stolen away, knocked away. It'll be Emily Kipp gets the basketball. They come into front court. Lopez-Flores went with a pass on the right wing to Sierra Anderson, and Anderson could not hold on to it. Goes out of bounds. And games can get a little bit out of sync right here, too, with that big lead, Nate, as the intensity level switches around some. And yeah, you don't want it to carry over to the next game either.
No, and also that the pace that Jackson plays sometimes, especially when the score is out of hand, it can kind of turn the game into a pickup style game.
Jacobsen throws it away. It's picked off. Jackson gets it, and then they toss it away. It was going to be a nice intent that time by Lopez-Flores as she was going to Sierra Anderson, but Sierra couldn't quite hold on to it. Goes out of bounds, and it's going to be Jacobsen who will inbound. Randall Eden's being told to back up over towards the coach's box there. We see that from time to time.
So that on Jim Harbaugh.
Yes, I was just thinking that after that play that turned into being a touchdown after the review yesterday. What a matchup we have coming Sunday. We'll talk about that here in a bit.
Reminds me of another trivia question here.
All right, down low with the basketball. Hailey Wilson goes for the basket, misses but does get fouled. She's got 2 shots heading her way. That's on Sierra Anderson, her first, 4th team foul. She goes to the line. What do you got for us?
Okay, here's a tough one for you. Which member of our broadcast team printed out his NFC Championship tickets this morning?
Oh, I know it's not Brandon producing back at the station. I know it's not our Director of Transportation and Food Services, Nettie, who's sitting behind us. It's not me. It would be nice. It would have to be you.
And
you
that's
lucky dog.
That's a winner. Mark Ockett. You win a souvenir program.
Hey, that would be something. I'll take it. I'll put an order in for that. 48-27. She makes the second one. Hailey Wilson does. It's 2:02 to go in the quarter. There's a jump shot. Miss by Kipp. fight for the rebound. It's on the floor. I tell you, Ivy Jacobsen's been playing hard throughout the game. Another jump ball. Good hustle on both sides right there. A 48-27 lead for Jackson. Kelli Kingma is set to check back in. She will replace Sierra Anderson, who was our player of the game last time we saw Jackson. Inbound pass, Clinton. Faithaleen Lopez-Flores. Air ball over the top of the rim. Getting the rebound is Kipp to Kingma. Jumper left side, no. Comes off the rim, and it is going to be grabbed. Jackson misses on a follow-up by Locknane, and then they still keep it alive. Clinton misses a shot. Kingma going after it. She's pushed off on. Over on that side is Wilson. So you're going to the big game on Sunday. Now, unlike this last Sunday when you had to race back and join me for Bellevue College TV action, you have a little more time to work with on both ends there. There's Kelli Kingma getting the inbound pass, puts up a shot, misses on that, and she is fouled.
I've got the opposite problem. At the Saturday's game, I had to work right after the game. But for Sunday's game, I have to work before the game.
Now, in that instance, we'll go there because it is basketball related. The foul this time is going to be on Ivy Jacobsen, her third, and that is the second team foul. Kelli Kingma at the line with 2 shots, connects on the first one, has 20 points in the game. Departing will be Ivy Jacobsen, and re-entering the lineup is going to be Cassidy Fifield. Kingma's just had a beautiful game out there, fantastic performance, and I'd say she's our leading candidate for the Skagit State Bank Player of the Game. So I know that you have something big coming up this weekend in over there at Seattle Pacific University.
Well, actually, it got changed from Seattle Pacific. The MLK Hoop Fest is now over at a familiar gym of yours over at Bellevue College.
Oh, okay. Very good. Very good. Ball is knocked out of bounds, and it will be Jackson basketball. We did that game last year. Jackson played against Bellevue, and that was quite a game.
We had
50-27 is the score, and then that packed house.
We had Garfield Franklin as well. We had Rainier Beach and Bothell, I believe, as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was amazing. That place was so hot. It was absolutely incredible, and there were so many people. We had to take off. It was just so hot in there. Maybe they put in some fans. Travel here is going to be called against the Jackson Timberwolves. They lead 50-27. 1:08 left to go in the third quarter. So why did it move from Royal Brome Pavilion to Bellevue College? How did that happen?
I've got the details there, and I will share them with you off the air.
Okay. We will wait till after everything's done tonight to hear that. Okay. But it was fun there last year with our Fox Sports 1380 broadcast. We will be at the ShoWare Center on Monday, so we're going to do a MLK Junior Day game, but it will be at the ShoWare Center. I'll give you details on that later on in the broadcast. Lake Stevens with the basketball in front court. Here they come, bouncing it around. That's Fifield with the ball. Now passes over towards the middle. New player in, Emma Smith. Smith with a left-handed dribble. Under a minute to go in the third quarter. Ball goes out of bounds, last touched by Jackson, and it's pretty much been in this pattern with the big lead. Jackson led by 14 at halftime, and then had built it up to 24-point lead and been cruising since that time. Inbound pass goes from Smith to Wilson. Wilson lays it up and in, and she's got a foul shot coming her way as she was fouled in the process of shooting.
Defensive intensity remains high for Jackson, and that's not an attempt to rub in the score or expand on the lead. That's just the only way that they know how to play defense is swarming, and one of the things I think that's underrated in sports.
Wilson misses the foul shot, but coming through with the follow is Marissa Walton to make it 50-31, and Lake Stevens gets it back on a block the other side. Don't go anywhere yet. Less than 30 seconds to go. We'll get back to Nate in a second, but the action intensifies here as Lake Stevens with the basketball, passing over on the right side. Cacie Reichert. Reichert goes to Marissa Walton. Walton over on the left wing, right wing, and it's Kingma coming through to try to steal.
Looks like she stole it, but
stepped out of bounds. Yeah, she had the right idea, but her 1 foot was out of bounds, and will get set once again with Emma Smith inbounding over on the right baseline. Here she goes. Now we'll be able to find Reichert. Reichert to Wilson. 8 seconds left in the quarter. Emma Smith, 3-ball, not going to go. Rebound by Anderson. Anderson's coming out of backcourt. Faithaleen Lopez-Flores down low right side, misses on the shot. Kingma on the follow and couldn't quite get it to drop as the buzzer goes off here at the end of the third quarter. And our score, Jackson 50, Lake Stevens 31. You are listening to girls basketball action on Fox Sports 1380, Snohomish County Western Conference basketball. You can share that story with me once we're fully off. Hello once again to our listeners on STSPN.com. We thank you very much for being a part of our broadcast tonight, wherever you may be. Mark Ockett with Nate Tepp, Brandon Hamilton, our in-studio producer, and Todd at the controls here. 50-31 is our score as Lake Stevens takes it into the fourth quarter with a 19-point lead. We will have the selection of the Fox Sports 1380 Player of the Game, sponsored by Skagit State Bank with T-shirts from Screen Printing Northwest. I'd say right now, top candidate hands down is